Hello and welcome to aisle 641, Tips to Make You a Top Chef. I'm Karen Maxon with the Springfield-Greene County Library District. Cookbooks are in the overall section 641 of the Dewey Decimal System. Oh, hey, look, an Italian cookbook. Speaking of Italian, Jenny Russo is the chef of Russo's St. Michael's restaurant in downtown Springfield. She's going to show us how to make an Italian wedding soup based on an old family recipe. Did you know that Italian wedding soup is named more for the marriage of the ingredients rather than it being a dish served at weddings? Either way, it's a great soup for a cold winter's night. Let's catch up with Jenny and see how she does it.
Hi, I'm Jenny Russo, and I'm from St. Michael's in Springfield, Missouri, and I'm going to show you how to make an Italian wedding soup. So we'll start out with olive oil. I'm going to turn the flame on. I put it on like medium high, and I put a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to add my garlic and onions to saute first, so they'll, when they're done, they'll be a little bit browned. And I'm making for a restaurant style, so I'm putting probably bigger quantities than you would at home. So I'm just gonna let it brown for a little bit. I make small Italian meatballs for the soup, and it's Angus beef, breadcrumbs, egg, salt, pepper, basil, oregano, and garlic. And just mix it all together, and I make them small so they're kind of like bite-sized in the soup. You don't want the big meatballs that you would serve with spaghetti. And then just cook it in the oven. I do at 350 until they're done, and then pull them out, and I add them in right at the end of this when all the vegetables are cooked, because the meatballs are already cooked. So then the next step I'm going to do is add the celery. And just mix it all in. I'm going to add, I use a chicken broth base to the soup for flavor. And so I'm just going to add that in and mix it around so it dissolves. Then I'll add water for the broth. We'll add carrots. I'll use crushed red peppers for flavoring. As you see, I don't measure out, but I'll give you guys a measurement for when you make it at home. Basil. Oh, I don't use salt because the chicken broth is salty. So if it needs to add more salt when you're done cooking and you taste it, then do. But chicken broth already has a lot of sodium in it, so I don't add any. Black pepper. And then just mix that all in. Once your vegetables are all cooked is when you add whole peel tomatoes. Just buy a can of whole peel and crush them up with your hand so they're not big chunks. You can also use, in the summertime, I get homegrown tomatoes from the locals, and I'll use those because it gives more flavor, but right now it's wintertime, so I can't. So I add whole peel tomatoes, spinach, and your meatballs. Oh. And then just mix it all up. And then on Italian wedding, you add pasta at the very end. And I just use any kind of small pasta is better. You don't want big ziti noodles or anything. So the pasta that I'll use today is just some shell pastas. And I'll cook those and just add them in each bowl at the end. I don't like, if you keep leftover soup, don't leave the noodles in the soup because it'll be soggy. So I always do it on the side and then add them when you serve your soup at home. And that's how you make Italian wedding soup. Since I've been married with my husband, Nick, this is our third restaurant together. We had Russo's Cafe out south in a shopping center, strip shopping center, and I just didn't feel like that was home for me, and we wanted something with more character. So we came downtown, and this building was up for sale from the original owners, and so we decided this is what we wanted, and this is, we've been here for, gosh, 16 years now. It just has personality. I like all the different, we get professors, we get students, just a lot of locals come in, and we have so many regular customers here, and it just feels more like home, and it feels more like us. I really did not go to school for cooking. I went to school at MSU to, thought I was gonna open my own fitness workout gym and do something in the line of fitness. I met my husband, Nick Russo, my sophomore year, and I got a job at Ebbets Field. He owned that restaurant. I applied for a waitress position, and he gave that to me, but then he also had me in the kitchen. And I said, Nick, I said, I don't cook. And he goes, well, I just thought you should learn how or something. And so I started cooking, and I love it now. I don't follow recipes. I just go for taste and trying new things and new recipes, and you know, everything we do is homemade and it's out of love, and I really enjoy it. So this soup, Italian wedding, means a lot to me. It comes from my husband's family. His mom wasn't really a cook, but his dad loved to cook, and they made this soup together, my husband and his father. He's passed away now. But, they lived in Atlantic City, New Jersey, very old school. Both of his parents didn't graduate from high school. His dad never stepped foot into a restaurant. He made everything, never had his driver's license, and just, you know, a true Italian family. And so when I met Nick, he made the soup for me, and I never had Italian wedding before, and I loved it. It's just it's healthy and hearty, and it's a perfect winter soup, and it's probably one of my most popular soups here at the restaurant. It's funny, there's some people like, oh, we never knew you were here. We don't do advertising ever. It's all word of mouth. We just recently are selling our banana cakes, which are my most popular flavor at the restaurant, down at Price Cutter on East Battlefield. And so we're getting a lot of new, you know, customers from that. Being an owner of a restaurant is not easy. It's a lot of hard work. And I have 3 sons, and I said, well, one day it'll be yours. And they're like, I don't know, it's a lot of work. I don't think it's a lot of work, but I mean, I love it. I mean, so for right now, they work in the kitchen, and my youngest busts tables, and it's fun, yeah.
Thanks, Jenny, for showing us how to make Italian wedding soup. I can't wait to try the recipe. And thanks for joining us here on aisle 641, Tips to Make You a Top Chef.